The murder of Terry Booise was never supposed to make headlines. At first, it was treated as just another crime in Britain's long list of unsolved cases. A name written briefly in the papers, then forgotten. But what if I told you his death wasn't random? What if the story of Terry Booise wasn't about one man at all, but about the secrets he carried, secrets powerful enough to shake the foundations of UK politics? Tonight, we reveal the alleged motive behind Booise's death. And trust me, this is where the story turns dark. Terry Booise wasn't a politician. He wasn't a public figure. He was something more dangerous, a fixer. The kind of man who worked in the shadows, quietly moving money, smoothing over scandals, keeping powerful people safe from exposure. But in the weeks before his death, something changed. Booise was no longer protecting secrets. He was preparing to reveal them. Reports suggest he was in possession of files, documents that linked key figures in Westminster to offshore accounts, questionable lobbying deals, and pandemic contracts handed out to friends and donors. Evidence that could have blown the lid off a billion-pound scandal. And then, just like that, he was gone. Found dead under circumstances that were never fully explained. The official version painted the picture of a random act of violence. But scratch beneath the surface, and the inconsistencies pile up: CCTV footage missing, witnesses retracting their statements, and an investigation that seemed to go cold far too quickly. To those who knew him, it was clear, this wasn't random. Booise had been silenced. Why? The alleged motive points to the very heart of UK politics. Booise's files, according to sources, implicated names from across the spectrum: ministers tied to secret lobbying, allies of Boris Johnson benefiting from PPE contracts, and even connections that reached back to David Cameron's Greensill scandal. If those files had surfaced, they wouldn't just have ruined reputations, they could have toppled governments. Booise was holding evidence of a system built not on transparency, but on favors, backroom deals, and money trails stretching across borders. And here's the twist that few dare to mention: Booise wasn't just a silent collector of secrets. He had enemies. Rival insiders, business figures, and even political operatives who feared what he might reveal. Some claim he had already been warned. Anonymous messages. Cars following him late at night. A sense that he was being watched. Did Booise ignore the warnings? Or did he believe he was untouchable, protected by the very system he was about to betray? But if his killers thought the truth died with him, they may have been wrong. Sources suggest Booise had made copies of the documents. That hidden caches of evidence still exist, in encrypted drives, in sealed envelopes, maybe even in the hands of trusted allies. Which means his death may not have been the end of the story, but the beginning of something far more dangerous. A ticking time bomb waiting to go off. Music swells, pause. So was Terry Booise murdered to protect the darkest secrets of UK politics? Or is the real bombshell still hidden, waiting to bring everything crashing down? One thing is certain: the motive behind his death was never just personal, it was political. And if the evidence ever resurfaces, the question is, whose empire will fall first?